The arena is quiet. Too quiet for a night like this. Even the air feels heavy, charged with nerves and hope. Alysa stands at center ice, eyes fixed on the judges, blinking back tears. Her heart pounds. The crowd holds its breath as her score flashes on the screen. For a second, time freezes. Then, the place erupts. She collapses to her knees, covering her face, gold medal assured. Her coach rushes out, hugs her hard, and the cheers get even louder. It's not just another win. This is history. Her routine. Flawless, bold, impossible just a few years ago. Triple axel, quad lutz, the works. But it's more than jumps. It's grace, grit, and that burning spark you can't teach. The Italian fans lift her name into the rafters. Photographers scramble for the perfect shot as Alisa bows her head, still struggling to believe it's real. Outside the arena, the city glows with celebration. But inside, for a few moments, it's just Alisa and the ice. She remembers every long morning, every setback, every sacrifice. Gold is heavy around her neck, but it's nothing compared to the weight she's carried to get here. Tonight, the world finally knows her story. But it began far from the bright lights and roaring crowds. It started in a small, muddy village halfway across the world. Arthur Liu was born in the shadows of rice paddies and gray mountains. His home was a cramped house, the walls damp in winter, the air thick with wood smoke. Sichuan was poor, but Arthur's family was poorer. Every day was a lesson in making do with less. He watched his parents scrape by, selling crops for coins, hoping one day life would get easier. School was his escape. Arthur devoured books, taught himself English, and dreamed beyond the village. He listened to tales of freedom and change on a battered radio. Soon, those dreams turned to action. In 1989, as a university student, Arthur joined the wave of youth demanding reform. He marched with thousands, his voice loud among the hopeful crowds. The crackdowns were swift and merciless. Arthur saw friends vanish and hope replaced by fear. Staying meant risking jail, or worse. He made the hardest choice. He left China, alone, with nothing but a few dollars and a stubborn will. America was a word he could barely pronounce, but it was his last, best chance. California was nothing like Sichuan. The Bay Area buzzed with tech money and new ideas. Arthur arrived with a suitcase and a dream. He worked nights at a gas station, cleaned offices, and learned law from library books. He met other immigrants, trading stories of what they'd lost and what they hoped to find. Still, the loneliness was sharp, especially when he became a single father to 5 kids. Their apartment was always full of noise, of laughter, and sometimes of fights over who got the last noodle. Space was tight. Arthur slept on a mattress in the living room, papers stacked high beside him. He cooked, cleaned, sewed buttons, and helped with homework. Every cent went to rent or food. There were no vacations, no fancy toys, just the hope that his kids would have more. The neighbors called them the busy family. Arthur called it survival. He taught his children to be tough, to work hard, to never give up. "We're Lou," he'd say. "We don't quit." It wasn't easy, but every struggle was a brick in the foundation he was building. For them, for the future. Alysa was the third child, quiet but fierce. One rainy afternoon, Arthur took her to a local ice rink just to try something new. She wobbled at first, clutching the wall. But soon, she let go, and didn't fall. She glided across the ice, smiling wide, refusing to stop even when her feet went numb. Other parents watched, whispering. There was something different about her. Arthur saw it too. He signed her up for lessons, even though it meant extra shifts and less sleep. Alysa woke before dawn for practice, lacing up skates in the cold. She learned to jump, spin, and fall, and to get right back up. Some days, she cried from exhaustion, but every time she returned to the rink, hungry for more. Coaches noticed her talent right away. Alysa moved with purpose, learning routines twice as fast as others. She watched YouTube clips of champions, dreaming of her own big moment. The family learned to live around her schedule. Rink, school, home, repeat. It was a grind, but the dream kept growing. Elite skating isn't cheap. Lessons, coaches, costumes, travel, a mountain of bills stacked up. Arthur took on extra legal cases and odd jobs. The family skipped movies, new clothes, and eating out. Alyssa's siblings pitched in, helping with chores and homework. Every medal was a team effort, every setback a shared burden. As Alysa rose through the ranks, pressure crept in. Reporters called, cameras flashed, and strangers sent letters. She won her first national title at 13, the youngest in decades. Fame brought applause and expectations. Suddenly, every fall was news, every mistake dissected online. It was hard to stay a kid. Alysa felt the weight. She worked harder, sometimes too hard, chasing perfection. Arthur worried but trusted her drive. He told her, "Gold isn't everything, but your effort is." Still, the world wanted more. The price of dreams, they learned, isn't just money. It's time, energy, and sometimes peace of mind. Arthur's past never really left him. As Alysa's profile grew, so did the attention, from both fans and people who saw a threat. Before the 2022 Beijing Olympics, the family received anonymous warnings. Arthur's activism, his calls for democracy, had put them on lists. Chinese officials tried to intimidate him, making it clear they were watching. The fear was real. They checked doors twice. Arthur coached Alysa on what to say if questioned. "Speak your truth, but stay safe," he whispered. The pressure weighed on Alysa. Competing in Beijing meant skating under a microscope. Every move watched, every word judged. She tried to focus on the ice, but the shadows lingered. The Olympics in Beijing were bittersweet. Alysa skated well, but missed the podium. Still, she stood tall, proud of her heritage and her family's story. Back home, the threats faded, but the lesson stuck. Fame and politics, she learned, are tangled tight. After Beijing, Alysa shocked everyone. She retired at 16. She wanted to breathe, to be normal for once. No early morning practices, no cameras. She went back to school, made friends, and took up piano. For the first time in years, she slept in and laughed without worrying who was watching. Arthur supported her decision. He missed the rink but loved seeing her happy. The family healed, spending weekends hiking or playing cards. Alysa tried new things: student council, volunteering, even working part-time at a bakery. She learned to fail and try again, just like on the ice. Life slowed down. She figured out who she was without a medal around her neck. But the rink still called to her. Every so often she snuck back, just to feel the ice. It was part of her, no matter how far she ran. She realized skating wasn't just about winning. It was about freedom, about joy. The break gave her perspective and the hunger to return on her own terms. Alysa's comeback wasn't flashy or fast. She trained quietly, away from the spotlight. Her body had changed, so had her mind. This time, she skated for herself, not for medals or headlines. She rebuilt strength, relearned jumps, and found her flow. Arthur watched from the stands, cheering but not pushing. He saw a different Alysa, older, wiser, unbreakable. Competitions crept back onto her calendar. She lost, she won, she stumbled, she soared. The media barely noticed at first, but soon, whispers grew louder. "Is this the same Alysa?" She smiled, shrugging off the pressure. Her routines had heart, raw, real, fearless. She failed sometimes, but she didn't care. She was skating for the love of it. Slowly, the world took notice. She qualified for Milan, not as a favorite, but as a fighter. Her family filled the stands, waving Sichuan flags and homemade signs. On the biggest stage, she gave everything. No holding back, no regrets. And on that quiet night in Milan, it all paid off. The gold medal shines, but Alysa knows it's just metal and ribbon. What matters more is the path she took to get here. The journey from Sichuan's muddy fields to California's crowded apartments to the world's brightest rink. Her story is built on family, on sacrifice, on thousands of small, quiet acts of strength. Arthur watches her on the podium, tears in his eyes. He remembers every hard night, every leap of faith. The Liu family's legacy isn't just about winning. It's about refusing to give in, about building a new life from scratch, about speaking up, even when it's risky. Alysa's victory is a tribute to all who dream big and work harder. It's proof that the toughest roads can lead to the brightest heights. Milan is just the latest chapter. Her real gold is the freedom to choose her own path and the courage to skate it every step of the way.